In 2017, Charles Leclerc lost his father, and in his final days, he told his father a white lie, that he'd made it to Formula One, that he'd signed the contract. It wasn't true then, but his driving has made it true now, and look what he's done with the opportunity. The grandstands he saw built as a kid growing up now rise for him, and for the first time in 93 years, this fabled race is won by one of their own. Charles Leclerc wins the Monaco Grand Prix.
Monaco, just 2.2 square kilometers of land. But for one weekend every year, it becomes the center of the motorsport universe. It's the most glamorous, most prestigious, and arguably the most dangerous race on the Formula One calendar. This is the story of how Monaco became racing's crown jewel, and the chaos, beauty, and sheer madness that define it. Each May, the streets of Monte Carlo are transformed, not gradually, but like magic, from a playground of luxury to one of the most unforgiving racetracks on Earth. Over 600 trucks roll in from France and Italy. They carry 21 kilometers of safety rails, 3,600 protective tires, nearly 1,000 fire extinguishers. More than 200,000 fans flood the Principality, over 5 times its population. And yet, the city keeps working. Roads are only closed between 6 a.m. and 7:30 a.m., then again at night. The garages, temporary. The grandstands, temporary. Even Red Bull's famous energy station is a floating barge, shipped in from Italy and anchored in the harbor. It's a logistical ballet performed in just 6 weeks, for a race that lasts under 2 hours. Monaco may be small, but for race weekend, it thinks big. The Monaco circuit is as unforgiving as it is iconic. Tight corners, zero runoff, barriers just inches from the car. The layout has barely changed since 1929, but the cars have. They're now twice as wide and twice as fast, making overtaking nearly impossible. It's the only track on the F1 calendar where raw speed matters less than nerve, precision, and complete focus. Nelson Piquet once said it's like cycling around your living room. He wasn't exaggerating. If Monaco were proposed as a new venue today, it wouldn't even pass modern safety standards. But it's not just a track. It's a monument, a ritual, a rite of passage. This is the race every driver dreams of winning. Monaco has crowned the greats. Graham Hill, the only man to win the Triple Crown of motorsport, earned the nickname Mr. Monaco after 5 wins in the 1960s. Then came Ayrton Senna, 6 wins, 5 in a row. A man who became one with the streets. Ask any fan, no one drove Monaco better. Michael Schumacher, Alain Prost, Lewis Hamilton all left their mark. Because winning here doesn't just give you points, it gives you legacy. But no story of Monaco is complete without 1996. Rain, crashes, chaos. Michael Schumacher, on pole, crashed before finishing a single lap. Damon Hill led most of the race until his engine gave out. Jean Alesi inherited the lead until his suspension failed. Only 3 cars finished. Olivier Panis, a driver few expected to score points, won his first and only Grand Prix. A once-in-a-lifetime race, on streets just barely wider than the cars themselves. And in 2024, a new chapter was written. Charles Leclerc, born and raised in Monaco, finally won his home race. For years, Monaco had been a curse for him. Pole positions lost, heartbreaking DNFs, tears in the tunnel. But this time, everything went right. He kept calm under pressure, drove flawlessly, and as he crossed the line, emotion overwhelmed him. A Monegasque, winning in Monaco. in front of family, friends, and a nation watching from balconies and yachts. It wasn't just a win, it was destiny fulfilled. But how did it all begin? The first Grand Prix de Monaco was held in 1929, organized by Anthony Nogues, with support from Prince Louis II. Back then, racing through city streets wasn't just bold, it was unthinkable. But that's exactly what made Monaco special. Even then, it wasn't just about the race. It was about prestige, about being seen, about creating a spectacle. And driving in Monaco? It's a challenge unlike any other. Drivers are constantly shifting gears, steering with one hand, and braking inches before disaster. There's barely time to blink. No room for error. One mistake, and your weekend is over. Tire management is critical, visibility is low, and the suspension takes a brutal beating through the tight corners and elevation changes. From Saint-Devote to the swimming pool, the track tests not just skill, but composure under extreme pressure. Over the decades, Monaco has also become a marketer's dream. For sponsors, Monaco offers global exposure like no other race. Brands flash across luxury yachts, hotel rooftops, and every TV screen in the world. This tiny stretch of tarmac delivers millions in media value. The Monaco GP isn't just historic, it's premium. And then there's the lifestyle. Where else can you find billionaires, movie stars, royals, all watching from super yachts? The harbor turns into a floating VIP lounge. Yachts pay 100,000 euros for a single berth. Rooftop balconies rent for tens of thousands. Hotels multiply their prices. Why? Because there's no event in motorsport, or maybe in sport, that mixes speed and style quite like Monaco. The paddock is steps from the Casino de Monte Carlo. Supercars flood the streets, the parties. They don't end until sunrise. It's the only race where walking around the city can be just as entertaining as the main event. Many argue that Monaco is outdated, too narrow, too slow, too hard to overtake. And it's true. 12 of the last 16 races were won by the driver starting from pole. But that's not the point. Monaco isn't about chaos. It's about perfection, a theater of focus and precision. In a sport obsessed with modernity, Monaco reminds us of Formula One's soul, its past, its elegance, its danger. This tiny nation becomes the world's biggest stage, just once a year. It's a place where legends are made, where fortunes are spent, and where history is written, one corner at a time. Every driver dreams of winning here. Every fan dreams of seeing it live. Because no matter how fast the cars get or how wide the tracks become, Monaco will always be Monaco, a race like no other. If you enjoyed this video, hit like and subscribe for more deep dives into Formula One's greatest stories. And tell us in the comments, what's your favorite Monaco Grand Prix moment? Thanks for watching.